Gonna wait a few more minutes for everyone to show up. Yeah. Yes, please.
You want to get some more water?
I did. Oh, good.
That was the last one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I didn't get it. I only got one.
We're gonna do lights and lights.
Yeah, ready to begin. So, well, thank you all for showing up. Some of you all didn't. You are the brave. You stayed, and you, even though I'm pretty sure I overwhelmed most of you last class, this time we're just gonna do hands-on, and we're gonna compensate for that by doing some like actual things. But you will have the theoretical background, and your mind will be primed based off of what I said last time. And you'll be hopefully prepared to dive deep. So to begin, I'd like to ask you guys to quickly fill up this form, which I posted on Discord with me. It's basically asking you if you want more generative AI tutorials online on Discord, both over the reading break week and the and perhaps a little bit after and a little bit before, if you're interested. So it's basically asking you if you're interested. Once you go on Discord, it's under announcements above the Zoom link. And I will do it with you, and I'll pretend that I'm with you guys. Did I send the wrong link? Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Check this. Thank you. With you. I'm also asked for it to record your emails. You know, basically, with this, we can take presents like this. We can be like with your what. Pleasure. The what? There's only option yes. Who did this? Hey. Who did this? Because I didn't. Okay. All right. You all have it right? Yeah. Okay. Get rid of that. So yes, everything interests me. I want to learn how to train, I want to learn how to generate. If you say both, I will put the time and I will teach you everything. And then that's the evenings. I am not awake in the mornings, so I sleep late. So let's say I'll make time for you. That's it. Once everyone's has anyone not finished the survey? Raise your hand. Okay. Raise your hand fully next. So let me see. I noticed. Okay. So I'm going to get started. This is a little bit weird. change some things here. Let's see if they're back. But that's okay. So if you go on Discord and you go on tools, I have put 3 tools that I prepared for you today. One is a Deforum notebook, which makes animations in this style. And all these tools are basically, you can access them anywhere with any kind of device that you have, and you don't need a GPU to run these. If once you get into them and you have a good GPU at home, you can run these locally. And hit me up, I'll tell you, and some of these are just super straightforward to run on your own computers. So we're gonna start with Deforum Stable Diffusion, which I've already brought here. It's gonna take a while to set up. But basically this is a collab interface. Google Colab allows you to have access to computational resources, servers, and GPUs. And all these AI models run on GPUs, so you need that. Once you open this page, you'll see that there's your file structure on the left. If you click on here, you're gonna get this. This is all happening within a directory we call content. And you will see the files appear here once we start. And it can connect to your Google Drive as well. I'm going to start the environment, set it up, and you guys should do it too. It takes about 10 minutes for it to set up. So bring it up on your laptop if you have it. If not, it's okay. Like I'm going to pair everyone up after this. Not pair them up, like in groups of 3 or 4, basically. So I'm going to explain to you how this basically works and all these parameters here. So these are basically, you can keep these at default. If you don't mount your Google Drive, you will see that your models and the configurations for your models and the outputs where your images that you generate or videos that you generate go are all going to appear here. Otherwise, you do mount Drive, and I suggest you do because you're going to have access to your animations later on in your Google Drive. So that's it. Here we are in the contents directory already. That's why there's content here, and then you will see after I log into my drive, the drive will appear here, and then these are all folders, nested folders. My drive, in AI under models, you have your models and outputs there. Your model setup basically tells you what model you want to use. This at V1 instance because we're only going to be using version 1 models today. They're faster. They're also really good. So let's keep it on Protogen. You can also try other things like SDB14.ckpt. I told you not to use checkpoints, but since checkpoint files, since we are in not on our own computer, it's all good. And this is for custom configurations and checkpoints, which is just like AI models that you download and they put them somewhere in there on your Google Drive and then use those. And then you're going to see something that looks a little bit overwhelming, but it really is not. You have an animation mode. You have 4 kinds. 2D basically processes your images. So what this program does, as you can see here, it generates one image. It zooms in. So if you do 2D, it literally scales the image by a certain amount, and then it adds noise, and then it removes noise using the AI model, the diffusion model. And it iteratively does that. With a 3D animation, you have another AI model which estimates the depth, and basically when it's trying to scale up, it scales up the things that are closer more and the things that are farther less, which basically gives the illusion of depth. So here we're going to choose 2D for now. And the 2 parameters for 2D are angle and zoom, basically how you want your image to rotate and how much you want it to zoom in and out. So and this is a fraction, basically 1.04 means makes the image 4% bigger at every iteration. So that 4 here is it's 100% plus 4%. These translation is basically when you're in 3D space, and if you do 3D animation, you can move in the X direction, you can move in the Y direction, or you can move in the Z direction. The Z direction will basically tell you how fast you want to go through that, 3D world that it estimates, and you'll have to like play with that to find the right parameters for the right specific context and what image you want. These perspective flips, forget about it. It's not even worth thinking about. You're probably not going to use it until you really know what that's for. It's not important. Hybrid comp, ignore that completely. Strength schedule, noise schedule, strength schedule, and contrast schedule are contrast schedule, not so much, ignore that. It's just noise for you. Noise schedule basically says, other than the noise that the image initially adds to each frame, we want to inject a little bit of extra noise because it seems like it does a better job. And as you remember last class, maybe I should do a recap. Does anyone want to recap? Raise your hand if you want to recap. Okay, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'll do a recap. Okay, all right. So basically, we have AI models. AI models are computer programs. They are fundamentally matrix multiplications on mostly. We have two kinds of AI models that are used for generative AI. We have transformers and we have diffusion models. Transformers are association machines. Diffusion models add noise and remove noise. They're good at bringing clarity step by step to an image or to some sort of n-dimensional data, I should say. And we talked about diffusion models, and these are diffusion models. So we add a little bit of noise, and then we remove the noise in order to get what we want. And then we can condition that on the text that we give it. So we're going to see an example of prompts there. That's basics. That's all you need to know for now. Okay. We talked about ethics and stuff, but that's not important. Ignore these hybrid stuff. It's for if you want to add a video, if you want to do video interpolation, we need to have that. So basically, take every frame of the video, we add a little bit of noise, and then we remove it, given the prompt that we have. The sampler scheduling, as I told you, it's the way we add and remove noise. We're going to keep it at Euler, not really care about it much. These are again for the masks. So if you want to do video diffusion, and you have parts of it cut out, and you just want to let's say do denoising on the person and keep the rest the same original video. You have masks, and you can do blurring on the mask. And these are its parameters that you can change. You can ignore it for now. Color coherence basically takes every frame that you generate has a new color because of the denoising that is done. If the color could change, color coherence makes sure that it has the same types of colors, so it adds a little bit more consistency over time. 3D depth warping is what we use for 3D animation, and it tells you how much warping we want, the field of view that we have. The lower the field of view, the faster it's going to move through the objects. The bigger the field of view, the slower, and the more things seem a little bit more far away. And video input is specifically for the video input mode, animation mode, and the hybrid video for 2D and 3D animation, ignore it. And there's also interpolation, which means you're going to generate frames, and then you're going to find the path between the frames. So it's going to be some sort of a smooth animation between them. You can play around with these. And then we have prompts. Obviously, prompts, you guys have seen it, you've heard of it, you use it in ChatGPT, and it's super common in diffusion models. Here, let me ask you guys for a prompt. So I want each person to give me a word. Not each person, but raise your hands and throw something at me. Yeah. Sunset. Shoe. Okay. Cinematic. Okay. Yes. Fluffy cat. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Tank. Sushi. Yeah. Unicorn. Okay. Okay. One more. Anyone? Boom. Okay. Well, let's say explosion. So let's write this as a caption. We imagine it to be the caption of an image. So let's say a fluffy cat. I'm gonna write it as a new string. So these are strings. Basically, put things in quotation marks if you want to adjust the prompt. And you can use the keyframes. The keyframes is how many frames do you want to go before you change what the image is. And let's do 2 keyframes. Okay, let's do one for the cat in the sunset, riding a tank, and then another for a unicorn wearing shoes explosion behind him, eating sushi. How about that? So let's do 15. At frame 15, we're gonna change it. So, a cat riding a tank. A cat riding a tank. Cinematic. Oh, fluffy cat. Cat riding a tank. You guys should follow along with something similar, same prompt or something else, and run your blocks. So you basically run each of these blocks consecutively. So now it's installing something to the next prompt. Yeah, a cat riding a tank, then a unicorn eating sushi with an explosion. Wearing a shoe. Unicorn wearing shoes, eating sushi, explosion. Cinematic. So usually when it comes to crafting prompts, there's a template that I follow. You don't have to, but I do this. I think it's very effective in like shortening it. And it's you go with style, content, and then artists if you have any, or some modifiers to make sure that your image actually looks good. So we're gonna do, let's say, an oil painting. The fluffy cat. And then we said cinematic. Let's add trending on ArtStation. Now you will see that this was on in the data set, and it significantly increases the quality of the image. Trending on ArtStation is a keyword for most of the models that are based on Stable Diffusion 1.5. And for the negative prompts, we're going to put ugly, we're going to put low quality, and we're going to put that. And then there are these settings. So this is width and height of your image of the animation you want to create. I suggest keeping it at 512 by 512 for now because we want it to happen fast. If we increase the resolution, the time it takes to generate an image increases exponentially, so it doubles. If you double this, it quadruples the amount of time it takes. So we're just gonna, yeah.
What was that purpose of choosing?
Oh, that's a keyframe. So at first, we're going to start by creating an oil painting of a fluffy cat riding a tank, cinematic, trending on ArtStation for 15 frames. And then after the 15th frame, we're going to change the prompt and we're going to be like, now we want to see a unicorn wearing shoes, eating sushi with an explosion behind. One after the other. Yeah? Negative prompts basically tells you what you don't want in the image. So these images are basically created based on a data set. As some of the images in that data set have, low quality images, and in the caption it does say low quality, or it does say compressed. So we put these, we're like, hey, whatever was in that data set and had these, we want to like not, add those values to this, to the image that. Any other questions? Okay. So width and height. Seed, we talked about it. It's for reproducibility. So if you have a seed, let's say on -1 means the random, so it changes it every time. If you put 1 or some other number, doesn't matter, and you keep it the same, every time you're going to get the same animation. And there is like, 2 billion possible different seeds, but you still get a finite number of possible animations. It's not infinite, but it's massive. Sampler, Euler Ancestral is great. We keep it there. That's just a way that the model adds and removes noise. Steps, we're going to turn it down to 25. We actually don't need more than that with most models, and they do a pretty good job. Scale is what I talked about. I called it CFG, basically how much we want our image to adhere to the text that we give it. So if it's 1, it forgets about your prompt completely. If it's 12, it pays a lot of attention and it makes sure it's accurate to what you describe. And the thing is, like, if you push it more than 12, you're gonna get like very saturated images. They're not gonna look good. So I suggest keep it between 5 and 12 for a good value. You can ignore this. This does not apply for the sampler we're using. These are save and display settings. Again, not important. Keep it the same. Number of batches, number of samples, keep it 1. That's for like if you want to do like a large number of different animations, choose one that you like from it. Stable fun here, the batch name basically creates a folder and it puts all the images under that in your Google Drive. Let's see if it's asking me to Google Drive it. Okay, no. Something weird. Or maybe taking too much time there. You guys don't do what I just did. Where are we? Run every block. Yeah, but make sure you do the appropriate changes, like changing the steps 25 to add a prompt and choose the. This is very important. You might forget this one. Animation mode. Choose 2D. You can do 3D as well, but then 3D you have to put the translations and rotations for every single axis on the 3D mode. Also, can somebody check if there's questions on just in case. So yeah, so we were here. Seed behavior means for every seed that you create, and if you want to reproduce like many, and you don't want it to be the same, but you want to know exactly how you started, you set a seed and then you say iter. Iter means iterate. It means like it adds one every time. So if you run the same thing with the same seed again, and you have like, you're running 10 samples, meaning 10 different animations, one after the other, you're still going to get 10 different animations, but with starting at the same seed. And seed iter n means just like how you want to add 1 to the seed, you want to add 2 to the seed, it doesn't change much. Init means if you want to use an image, so you have the option to take an image and start with that, and then zoom in iteratively, and to kind of get the results that you want. And the strength here tells you how much of that image we want there to stay and how much of it we want to add noise to. So 0.65 means 65% of the image is going to stay the same. We're just going to add 35% noise and then start denoising from there. And you can give an init image from a link as well. So let's give it an init image, and I'm going to tell you how to do it, and it's going to be a nice way to actually get started with that, while we're waiting for all this. So go on Discord again, go in Tools, you'll find Stable Cascade, and press on it, visit site. The Stable Cascade is a very new, recent model. Oh, what is this? Huggingface is doing maintenance. Oh no. Okay, forget about it. You can use Dolly if you have it, but and just take the link from that. But for now, I guess we're just gonna go the old-fashioned way, no init. And this is like how much noise you want to add to your image and all that. These stuff, ignore it for now. These are conditionals, which is like other than the text, what else do you want it to like change your output of your model? So you want it to, you want it to look like a certain, you want it to have a certain kind of exposure target. You want to basically how bright you want the image to be, and how much you want that to be like distributed along the image. This for color matching. Again, ignore it. Ignore all this. It's like too much overwhelming, and you don't have to think about it. But then we just run this. We just run this as our last cell, and it will start generating. Oh, let's run this one. So let's see if this is done. Disconnect runtime means shut down everything. Don't do that. Yeah, don't run that one. So has anyone gotten to run this by running the blocks yet? Has it loaded? It's failing.
It's failing. It's like it's did you run the cell before? Oh wait, did you not survive? ask me a little bit. I want to see. I might do it for.
Oh, I see what the problem is. This is hugging face issue. So the same thing, it's the same reason that that's not working is the same reason that this is not working, which sucks. But we're gonna come back to it maybe in 30 minutes. Have your, don't change this. This sucks massively for us right now. Hopefully they'll fix it in a second. I hope so. Yeah. Okay. So I gave you an overview of all the parameters there, and we'll run it if this comes up. If not, let's stick with this one, PYTTI. And let's see if maybe we can download a model from PYTTI. Let me see how we can do that. PYTTI. Let's do deliver it. I'm not logged in. Yeah. That's what I want to do. I want to get the link here. Yeah. So you come here. Look up PYTTI. I'll put this on Discord. Let's do this. On Discord. So this is a basic command line code. You're gonna come in tools. I'm gonna put in tools. Okay. Go to this and then do copy link address, and then you come here. And let's do at the very end, or maybe not. Well, once your terminal dies out and it tells you like you can't go any further. Let me see. So we can do wget, and we're just going to paste this link. Okay. And see if you can run that. Let me try it, please. And then what we're going to do is we're going to give it the custom checkpoint path. And the model config, we're going to keep it the same. And it should work. So let's make it. Yep. Right click on this link that says download. You see that? Just right click on that, and then you copy link address, and then you come here. You choose, doesn't matter, one of the blocks. Press on plus code, and then you put exclamation mark wget, and then paste the link, and then you run that. So I'm going to ask you guys, while this is still happening, to put yourselves in groups of 3 or 4, so that you can like help each other debug stuff, and and then I'll come by and look at each and every one of your. No. Let it run until it crashes and gives you like an error. Once it gives you the error, you run this code, and that should basically do it. Yeah. Okay, please, groups of 3 or 4, do your thing. The people next to you, behind you, in front of you, whoever. You guys two there. Let's see. Who? Which one? This is, what do you mean? This, I have Colab Pro, but you don't need Colab Pro to run this. I don't think so. You just need like the most basic view, and that should do it.
Now it looks like it's just going to put it straight in your drive and import.
Yeah, at the end, like you run the code block that we put in. Oh, don't forget, everyone, 1 second. Well, this might pop up this window. Choose what you need, and we'll load your Google Drive. You're trying to load one.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Everyone, we're apparently the other model that is also used, clip vision transformer, that's also being pulled from Hugging Face, and so we're gonna have a little bit of a problem. Oh wait, it seems like okay. Let me see if I can maybe perhaps give you a link and I'll tell you what to do there.
Party, I don't know if it helps, but when huggingface Twitter, they say import, they have like something that in the meantime, I'm not sure what this is.
What are they saying?
Oh. Okay. That works. Yeah.
Can you bring your laptop? Okay. Let's try this. If you're getting an error, I know. Right. Let's try this. Import OS, and then OS. Oops.
Let me just copy paste this into Discord.
Yes, please. Copy paste that into Discord. Can I just type it out?
Yeah. I don't have access to sources for this.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. Let's see if this works. I will post it. Post it in general, and then I'll just. Wait. Fine. Okay. Let's see if this works. String not expected. Line. String expected, not int. Okay, let's put it in. Let's try that. Does it work? Let's see. Thank you for finding that.
You're very welcome.
That was on point, Harry. Yeah, I think this might work. Okay, so Harry's gonna post a piece of code in general. You're just gonna do the same thing as like we did with wget. You don't need to do that anymore. It has to be wrapped in a single code. They put on the wrong code. Yeah. So in general, Harry just posted this piece of code. Where is it? In general. Yeah, you just copy paste and it should work. Looks like it is. Yeah, loading model. Perfect. Thank you, Harry. Forget about that. You don't need it anymore. Yeah, forget about this. You don't need this anymore. My bad. Again, thank you very much, Harry. Just saved the day. Yeah. Yeah, but did you run this first? Yes. Oh wait. It does seem like the same thing happened. If you were trying to load it from Hugging Face models, make sure you don't have a local directory. Yeah. Don't worry. We'll make sure it all works. Don't worry. Okay, it's still failing, huh? Make sure you don't have a local directory with the same name. Damn it. It is a different error. All right. We'll see what happens in the next 30 minutes. If it comes back online, then good. If not, I told you everything you need to know, and we can try running this whole thing. Just keep your don't close your tab. Keep your tab. Put it to the side. We're gonna run it at the end. Okay. For now, we're gonna move into the next tool, and this one should work. Freaking also. It's here. The kind of animations we generate with it are like this. They're super smooth. They're super nice. It's super underrated as a tool, and it can fractalize till infinity. And
Was that an image input?
there's no imaging. So as you can see, it starts off with noise, and then it slowly changes. So this is called PYTTI or VQGAN plus clips. There's two different tools in one, colab. And same thing here, you have a file structure, it's going to load your drive, and you have some stuff to do. So first we're going to run this first code block to give us our GPU info. It probably does like imports as well. Then we're going to mount Google Drive. It's much faster.
Can you divide two minutes?
Yeah. PYTTI stands for Python Text to Image.
You're gonna call it PYTTI.
A lot of people call it PYTTI. Keyframe generator is for you don't think about it.
You won't let us replicate the other session.
Really?
Yeah, you can only run one at a time unless you have a pro.
Okay. Let me show you this one, and then we'll try to see if the other one works. If it doesn't, we're gonna be like, screw that. We're gonna use this. This doesn't work, and I don't know what to do. We'll figure it out. We'll figure something out. I'm sure. So make sure you run setup, and then skip the keyframe generator, or like don't do that. Don't run anything. I will show you here, and then we'll see how it goes. I might ask you to restart your session, which is fine. This is on Discord. Same time, I'm going to see if this I can get this to work. Loading. So I'm taking questions while these are all loading, and we're trying to figure this out, troubleshoot, see what's working, what's not. Anyone? Anything? Yes? No? Yeah. Yeah. Sure. In the code, or oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. So yeah, this is. So here I'm using the same prompt as I did for the image that I posted. Dark, noir, trippy, impressionist, oil painting of roses and skulls, trending on ArtStation. But the same thing. Let's put this probably the same. The scene suffix here, basically. Okay, so here the prompts are a little bit different. You have scenes. Each scene can have exactly 77 tokens, and you can have a prefix, like I said, like oil painting. I don't know. Renaissance drawing, or 3D art, concept art, whatever. That would be your prefix, and then your suffix would be, let's say, by Vincent. I think it will put Van Gogh's face in there, but that allows me to explain something to you as well. That's happening. I'm just gonna run that, and width and height is 640 by 320 pixels. The same thing in its image is like your initial image. If you want to add an image to start with, this takes time, so don't do it here. This is going to take like 10 minutes to encode. Palette size and palette. So the way this works is we have three types of models here. One is a VQ GAN, which I showed you examples of last class, and it creates like smooth images, goes through them iteratively, very similar to Stable Diffusion, but not as good. But then there's limited palette, and the way this works is that it takes an image, turns it into something that you can change, like with values. You can remove and increase and lower the values, and basically it uses the clip transformer to make sure that creates the expectation, the loss function, and then we train the image to become more like what we expect it to be, and so it creates some really smooth animations. You will find a whole help section up here. If you open this, it will tell you exactly how things work, how different ways are for you to prompt these things. It gives you some examples, scenes and everything, but we're just going to get it to work right now and see something. Let's change the prompt. I think I want to get some prompt from you guys. Does anybody have any suggestions? Some cool words, sort out. Yeah. No, I'm not going to do that. Nice. Huh?
Nightmare surrealism.
Nightmare surrealism, okay. Nightmare surrealism. So I'm putting all in scene. So, oh yeah. what happens is you can separate your scenes like that. And so you're gonna have, here you're saying steps per scene, and lower, you're gonna say how many steps you wanna do per frame. So every frame is going to be 20 steps of training basically your image to be more like what you expect from the text there. And we're gonna be doing 3,000 of them here per scene. So that comes down to what? If I had 3,000 steps and I have 3,000 steps per scene, that would be 150. That would be 150 frames that we can get at this. So let's see if this, something has a light, let's see. You said nightmare, surrealism. What object?
Like those transforming.
Goats transforming into dragons. Thank you for your beautiful imagination. This is what you need to be good. There's image motion parameters here, same as before, except these are always 3D. There's 2D mode as well, but we're just gonna stick to 3D, keep it exactly what it is. And the rotations here are quaternions. You're gonna learn more about it if you click here. But basically, if you add like 0.001 here, this is going to be over the z-axis, meaning it's like that. Your image is going to rotate like that. If you add, let's say, 0.001 here, it's going to be over the y-axis. We're going to see like your camera is going to move like towards like that, like left and right. And if you put it on X, it will move up and down. So we're just going to keep it at 1. Just want to go in. I'm going to zoom in. And the file namespace will be like we're going to run that. These are our parameters. And these are the clip models. Like I said, the vision transformers, which make sure that your prompt is what's turned into an image. And leave everything else as is. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to run this. This one should work. Yep. Looks like. This one still failed. Oh, it's out of memory. Not for me. So what we do here is we're going to do the environment. Loaded, running prompts. Yep, this one is working. Right. This is how your image starts, and you're gonna see it. This ain't working. We're gonna switch. Let's switch. We're gonna do the forum probably either at the end, or I will do an online tutorial for once hugging face is working. So close your runtime for this. It's okay. It's okay. It's not working right now. But I basically explained everything. If you have it, just keep your tab and then run it again when you get home today, and you get something. And then I will be on Discord. I highly recommend you guys to just come on Discord and chat. I don't know, ask questions, look at the tools, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, a reaction. I don't care. I just want you guys to be there and realize that this workshop, because there's a lot of different tools that you can use. And my goal is to teach you guys as much as I can on what I know and all these different tools and what's common in between and what's different. So please interact on Discord and help each other out, post some stuff, some cool stuff you might find. Harry has been very active, he's been posting some stuff. So thank you again. And yeah, here you can see that it's basically making sure that the probability of the images being close to what you want increases, or the loss decreases. Now, if the loss is high, we want it to go down to 0. And we want the loss for these two, text and writing, to go to 1. So we don't want text and writing. So there we go. Yeah, you should be able to run this notebook. Has anyone had success? Not yet? Have you started to run it? Yes? No? Yes? Yeah, what? don't run the help. That's just like, yeah, don't run the help. That's just for you to read, and it's really the smallest part. There you go. You got. You can see the dragons. You can see the goats appearing, and like I said, it looks pretty sick.
Can you show us if there's any configuration?
Yeah. So up here, the prompt that I asked Harry to say is nightmare surrealism, flying goats transforming into dragons, comma trending on ArtStation. This separates this like one straight vertical line separates different prompts and basically uses them all at the same time. And if you do two, it's just going to move on to the next scene. Here in the suffix, I put by Vincent van Gogh and then and. This is a symbol for and. A text, and we're going to like bound it. We're going to be like one text to be from -1 to -0.95. It means, this basically means we don't want text, okay? If you don't want something, just copy paste this after whatever it is you're writing. And by Vincent van Gogh. So that makes one prompt, which is nightmare surrealism, flying goats transforming into dragons, trending on ArtStation by Vincent van Gogh, and no text and no writing. And then you run that. You're gonna get it. So I suggest that if you're doing it in groups, talk to each other and come up with your own prompt. We're gonna have like a little mini competition, okay? Mini competition. Write your own prompts, come up with something that is more imaginative than whatever Harry came up with, if you can. And then I'll come and check and I'll rate you from 1 to 5, and I'll tell you what you can improve. Sounds good? Yes? Awesome. All right. So you don't have what? Go ahead. I'll come. I'm going to take questions. Yes. And don't run 2.2. 2.2 block, don't run it. Run 2.1 and then give it and then go run 2.3. That's where I am.
There we go. I think it was missing a few more words.
Put the names like all together. Okay. Okay, on Zoom. On Zoom. Is everything working for you? Oh, yeah, I can help you. Thank you. Guys, did that error get fixed? No?
Oh, it's because it's you want it to be animation.
Everybody, 1 second. For you guys, whoever is having like an addabins.nyu error somewhere, you go in your drive. Here's what's gonna happen. You go in your drive, in my drive. You're gonna go to PYTTI test there, and you're gonna see this addabins pre-trained, and then you're gonna see another file here called addabins. Slow down. Okay. Okay. So if you're getting an error, that in the error, the last line, in it has in quotation marks, addabins, ADABINS, .nyu. If you're getting an error of this kind, well, who's getting something like that? Okay, a lot of you. Okay. All right, listen. So you go to files, you go to drive, go to my drive, you scroll down to PYTTI_test. That's where all this is being saved. Okay? And then you have this thing called addabins pre-trained folder that's created. Right click on that, rename folder, just call it pre-trained. Just remove the addabins part. Okay? Okay. If you're getting an error that has addabins in it, go in your drive here in your files browser, my drive, and then you go to PYTTI test. And then in PYTTI test, hold on, let me see if it's actually there. Okay, yeah, okay, so here's what you do. Do you see PYTTI test? No? Are you in your drive? Is your drive mounted? Okay. No? Your drive is not mounted?
No, that was like an optional thing that we did.
Okay, if you didn't mount your drive, it's gonna be in the main folder directory. You're gonna see PYTTI test there. Okay. So it's not in addabins pre-trained. It should be a model.nyu under PYTTI test. Do you see it? A file, not a folder. Let me come check. There it is, bro. Underscore nyu.pt. No, don't rename it. What you do, you take that file and you bring it under addabins pre-trained, and you just drag and drop it from that main folder. Drag and drop it into under the pre-trained folder in addabins folder. PYTTI test, addabins, and then pre-trained. So you're gonna have the model in your main folder, and you're gonna move that model from the main folder to this folder. If this folder doesn't does not exist, you right click on AdaBins, and you do a new folder, call it pre-trained, and then drag and drop. Did everyone understand? Anybody still have? Again, no problem. I'll do it as many times as you like. Don't worry about it. Okay. Main folder structure. So here it is. Here's your main folder. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna scare you with this. Don't be scared. Everything that you see is happening in content. Under drive, if you have mounted your drive, otherwise just under contents, which is your main folder. Under my drive, and then scroll to find PYTTI test in your my drive. Right?
Yeah, I get to see.
Are you following? That's fine. Okay. Open PYTTI. Do you see a adabins underscore nyu.exe file? Let me come help. So who's still having this problem? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, April. I'll come one by one. All right.
Whatever I name the director. Hey, thanks. That fixed it. Hey, it's running. Coming up to
render this video just to see how it turned out. Try reconnecting. Forget it. Come do it with this. Okay. Okay, so just come up with a prompt here and run it here because you clearly, you can try it later and it will work. 100%. So, yeah. Yes. So one subject to the same language. I remember this one is a negative value completely minus 1 minus 95. So what was it? This value is a word that it takes for writing, I suppose. So like the value minus 1 until minus 195, so there's no counts. So there is no writing. So he said if you want something to not be there, at this value, let's start with so you would say yeah. Combine these two values.
This is like everything like is kind of
divided by
but one part of programming is debugging shit constantly. Expect things to work, they don't work. You need to figure out why.
Do you know what figure out?
Yeah?
Yes.
Yes, me too.
So what I did was
That's exactly yeah. How was it not working a second ago and now it's just video? Well, I don't know.
That would be where do you put that? Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it was running. I don't understand. It was running and it's just like, I was like, yes, no, there it is. The runtime there.
Okay, we can get a
Yeah.
Oh, because you're not going to be right.
Right, it works. I need to back it.
The sections that we
Back up and then in back up. Yeah. Okay, you want to come help me? Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
It's
Should be a limitation.
so this is what you're allocating.
Without rejecting the thing. Just use our Let's just leave everything by default. Let's change the description. Sure. Should we do the same over here or should we leave this? Just write whatever you want. Okay, so let's start by moving suffix to the equals right now. By any row, so there's not a good particular
I think this is more of a party.
the art style. Let's just reverse everything that's written. This is part of training on art station. Training on art station, but much bigger.
Are you still coming up with your prompt?
So we didn't touch anything except for the main thing because what was it? What was our issue?
What do you issue?
We wanted to change the FPS.
Oh, FPS. Yeah, so you basically have it down here. Frames per second.
Oh,
Yeah.
so we had it because these values.
No. See, these are the steps you do. So you do 20 to 30 steps. Here it's 20 steps for every frame, and then that creates 150 frames. And 150 frames you can go slow, 12 frames per second. You can go faster. I think stick between 12 and 15. The best idea is that later you can calculate it. Basically, combine the frames into 12. You can do your analysis. So just a brief moment of your attention. We're going to be doing an assignment, basically. With the whole goal is to make something cool, a project, and we're going to have a project fair. So we're going to show it off to some of the people who are coming from Mila to present in a couple of weeks, the week of March 13th. So Peter's going to tell you a little bit about it, and then I'll be on Discord, help you out with it. You're going to use this tool. I will do 100%. This is like, whether you want it or not, I'm going to do like a day where I'm going to go over Deforum when it's actually working, because that's also a really good tool. And then you can use either those tools or and other ones that I'm going to do tutorials on if you're interested. And we'll talk about all of those and how that goes. Anyways. Yeah.
Okay, so for the project, you're welcome to even just do what we're doing now, is create an image, like do whatever you want using the tools Bardia provides, especially when hopefully huggingface is working again.
Yes.
Yeah, so that, and you can kind of post your project in the, or post your progress on your project in the Discord. But what we really want is for you guys to sign up in teams if possible, or to sign up individually, and we'll put you in a channel of individuals just to support each other. So you can scroll up in, I think it was in announcements where I sent the teams formation. So just sign up in the Google Drive there. Just take a moment before you leave today. And then we can have different channels for you in the Discord, so that way Bardia can better support you. So whether that's just getting things like this notebook running, that's the level I was at today, that's totally fine. Or if you want to work with Bardia on kind of improving the way the models work, or like, whatever level you're at. So just go sign up in teams. And then Bardia did allude to the panel with Mila speakers we'll be having in March. So that is the third installation of the workshop. Details still have yet to be confirmed, so that's why you guys haven't really heard a lot of the details on that, but
Pizza.
Important detail. We'll have a panel on
Yeah.
AI ethics with speakers from Mila, and we'll have a project showcase. So the idea is to kind of have your computer set up around, and you can just show each other what you've created. So we really want you guys to kind of put something in, have something to bring to that one if you can. And then get, yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
I just wanted to know the date for that. So the week of March 11th, the date has to be confirmed. But it would be the same time frame. Should be Wednesday, 5:30 to 7, but still to be confirmed.
Yeah, thank you. Also, there won't be I don't think there will be an online version from last workshop, so please join in person. Have any from a super small project to anything, or just be walking around. It's not something formal at home. And also, if you've completed if you've been to all of the workshops, the little project you get a digital certificate of completion that you can use on LinkedIn, your CV, link us. That's always something to have.
Okay. Can I ask it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Well
all from us.
Thank you so
guys.
much.
Sign up for teams. Yeah.
Yeah. Sign up for teams before the meeting. I will make sure of that. One more thing. Has anyone not gotten their thing to work? Okay. Harry, where are you? Okay. You're still helping out? Who has gotten their things to work? Who has gotten everything to work? So those who have gotten things to work, would you please stand up? Those who did not get their things to work, could you raise your hands? Can each of you find one person to help? Or one group to help? Thank you so much. Anyone, whoever does not have a person helping them out, let me know. All right. You okay? Everything working for you? Yeah. You guys are sharing? Is it working? It's still error? Why don't you tell me? Call me over. Awesome. Get a bit. Yo, when it's
Like the concatenated run, it's the difference between just the regular.
concatenated run is when you want to do batches, and there's like there's a way you can do batches.
I had the weirdest error.
A black hole error. Don't run 2.2. Don't run.
Hey, there are my notes.
What is it? Just you can let's say take something like I'm gonna shoot the form as well online. And then you can mix and match. So we're gonna mix. You can make a music video if that's your thing. You can do some editing over it,
And that's all manipulating prompts. There's no code.
no, and there's no code to it.
Okay, this is Freddie's question.
Yeah, but if you want to write code, if there's something specific you want to do like high level, like with your motion blurs and stuff like that, definitely. And that's one thing. And then ask me to do a workshop about it. I will do a workshop.
Perfect. Second thing, for the certificate, we have to do the project to get the
Yeah.
certificate. Okay.
You have to do the project to get the certificate. Just a clarification.
Okay. Can you post on Discord like a clarification of what you should do about the project? Just prompts, or what is the minimum required?
The minute, okay, I'll post the guide.
Just to make sure.
I'll post the guide.
And third, like, do you know if there are any undergrad courses in here that offer a theory behind this?
Well, I did it in the first class as best as I could. They overview,
Exactly.
you know, high level. A lot of people found that actually overwhelming.
It's actually good for someone who want to kind of
Like
go and look
as
for
an
the-
academic, I think it's required to like talk about this. But in McGill, there aren't many courses. There's 551. Yeah, compound one. You've taken that. That was a really good one. Everything else, probably YouTube is your best bet because university's not there yet. That's where we're doing a workshop.
Exactly. Because I
Yeah.
want to know, like, if I want to do this myself
We're
from
ahead.
scratch.
We're ahead of the uni.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll get there. What is it? Pre-train, the same thing. So going to your drive, do a TTA test, you have 8 events, NYU, take that NYU, go ahead and then it's here, you create a folder, call it pre-train. When you train, then pre-train. That's it. Should work. Yes. So the thing was that it was supposed to create a folder called adobins and then create folder under it /pretrain. It failed. So there's a bug in the code, I'll fix that. And then it just didn't do the moving to that folder. Just move that, yeah. Move that to that folder to get me there. Yes. Yes.
Or like, yeah.
Retaining transform.
Yeah.
Just gonna put it out. here we're gonna
Yeah, no, I wish I was.
this is gonna turn into a text. Did you like?
I don't know what it's doing.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It's super simple. You take off, you colab. First, you have to make a virtual environment. Python, I know what. It's Python dash npm. Just do that, and then you want to activate it. You do scripts. You go vn dash scripts dash activate. And you just run that. Just find that file, and then you're gonna be in your VM, and then I'll send you the specific instructions that you have. So just send me a message on Discord. Be like, how do I run through it? I'm gonna send you the whole thing. It's like 10 steps, and they're like super quick. Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks, Energy.
We'll keep this. I don't know what either way you want.
Did everyone get it to work? Anybody who has not gotten it to work, raise your hand now. then put it on Discord. So you run cell 2.4 at the end, the first one. After you've done your generation and it's gone past, you do 3.1. Sorry, you do 3.1. That's going to render your video, and then you do 3.2, which is going to download it. And then when you download it, you just drag and drop it onto the project showcase Discord channel. Does that make sense? Either place. I think, yeah, do it workshop too. Do it workshop too. You too. Before you. All right. 2.3, how long should it run? It runs as long as you want it. You can then stop it and then render the video whenever you want. But it will run for 150 frames. Yeah. You can stop it, you can lower the number of frames or lower the number of steps. Yeah.
I was wondering what the you don't like hear much about how the all you know is to add like a small amount, which is like 0.2 is like a large angle for every brand. Then along around around the y-axis, yeah, then they get on the right. And there you go. What you did there looks like yeah, you can see that.
Just a quick question. Can I just change the slide?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, and if I wanted to get rolling.
I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the talk.
Right. Yeah. All right, our time is officially over. As you can see, a lot of you are leaving. That's all right. Just don't forget to post your thing on Discord. Thank you very much for attending. You guys were awesome. I'm sorry it didn't work out at the very beginning. We had some issues. I will do another tutorial for Deforum. I'll let you know the times soon. It's probably going to be during reading week. And if there are any questions, please hit me up on Discord. Discord is like, I want it to be an active community. So, so that we can share styles, techniques, our findings, help each other debug and all that. So try to be there. This workshop is far from finished. All right. And we'll see you in March with the panels and the pizza. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.